What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about how Uchiha Sasuke can implement Hashirama's cells in his eyes and recover his Rinnegan. But first, click on the like cause this helps a lot, and if possible, subscribe to this channel. So guys, now that Sasuke has lost his greatest asset, the Rinnegan, he, like Naruto, ended up becoming much weaker and outdated after the fight against Ishiki and Boruto. And with the dangers that will soon appear, they remain like that weak isn't a very good choice. Especially for Sasuke, who for me was the one who lost the most after these fights. After all, the skill he was using most against Otsutsuki's were precisely those derived from his Rinnegan, and his Mangekyo was used to the maximum to see the movements of the enemies, and to use his Amaterasu as a distraction, since the Otsutsuki's can either absorb this jutsu, or avoiding him very easily as well as being clear. His Susanoo proved usually against Ishiki for example, which is worth remembering. He was still in Jigen's body, which is his weakest form, so it was very clear to me that I know Rinnegan will be much missed in the future. And yes, there may be some possibilities of this happening, yes. It has to do with the Hashirama cells that have already been shown to be very efficient in regeneration and healing even of internal organs or serious wounds. Hashirama himself was so unrealistic that he didn't even need to use hand seals, cause his body to regenerate from many wounds. And furthermore, these cells are so powerful that we saw throughout the entire Naruto anime several characters seeking and using them to augment their powers and physical potential. Uchiha Obito, for example, was one of them, where it's theorized until today that the fact that he didn't go blind without having an eternal Mangekyo Sharingan is due to Hashirama cells, and Madara, who managed to awaken Rinnegan after using these cells in his body. Say the time. Back in the 4th Great Ninja War, that Byakugo, Tsunade's jutsu, was similar to power of Hashirama. They're basically a copy. Of course in Boruto, it was confirmed that Byakugo comes from the 6th Path Sage, but still is a skill that copy resembles the regeneration process of Hashirama and his cells. So yes guys, these cells work miracle.
それが第4項のお前の術の能力というわけか。柱間の能力と同じだな。
And maybe helping Sasuke with his lost eye, recovering him from zero. And you can think, oh, but Sasuke already has Hashirama cells in his body, and his eye has not recovered. And yes, that's true, he does have these cells, but we have to remember that they were already used to recover the wound that Madara made in Sasuke's chest and hurt with this sword, so much so that he managed to awaken his Rinnegan and meet Hagoromo. In fact, what happened to Madara was very similar to what happened to Sasuke. He put Hashirama cells in his wounds, and being close to death, his Rinnegan was awakened.
千住柱間の細胞を手にした。それを傷口に移植していた俺だが、当初は何も起こらなかった。しかし寿命で死にかけた時だ。リンネガンが開眼したんだ。
So there are a number of factors for the power of the Hashirama cells to be used in a more effective way. First, you should put yourself directly on your wounds, and then, over time, the cells will recover their organs and everything, cause otherwise, Obito wouldn't even be alive, since half of his body, so the organs too were destroyed. However, as they just arrived in Konoha in the manga, it's the perfect moment to put such cells in it, specifically in the location of the eye that was destroyed, and with that, very possible the healing factor of the cells could be used in their maximum potential, just as it happened to him even after being saved by Kabuto, with Madara, who placed the cells in his wound, and with Obito, who placed the same cells in half of his body. And even if it doesn't restore his eye, which I think is very unlikely, with a new dose of cells, he could awaken Rinnegan again, since the cells used to awaken the first time already in fact used. Of course that for me, the possibility of recovering the eye is the most logical, but there is a possibility of a new eye, or a different Rinnegan being born. We have to remember that in Naruto, these generics mixtures always work on something. There was no moment in story that mixing two special bloods had not resulted in a hidden power or some special eye. We are seeing this now with Boruto game, which is the blend of Naruto power, Kurama, to feel negative energies in his mother, Byakugan. So I wouldn't totally rule out this second non-personal hypothesis. But you tell me in the comments, what do you think of these possibilities? Can Sasuke implant new Hashirama cells directly into his injured eye and recover it? And of course, subscribe to this channel, and if you can, click on the like because it's helped a lot, and see you in the next video.